Sorry.
Oh,
Taylor, I'm sorry, you were up in the health office for a minute. You know I'm in here kind of as a student teacher, right? We kind of talked about it a little bit. So today, sometimes I have to record the lessons I teach with you guys. Today is one of those days.
I have a question.
Can't see your faces, can just hear your voices. So when you answer, if you could just be a little loud so that they can hear you, that'd be helpful. Okay?
I have a question.
Yes, Colin.
What does a platypus classify as?
A mammal plus Fletcher.
It
Maybe.
lays eggs, but technically it's a mammal.
Okay.
So what does that classify as?
A bird?
I don't think it's a bird.
Everyone have their pencil out?
It flies.
Is it pencil? Is it on 10? You got pencil?
No.
We are on page 10. So,
One?
Yeah, I'm not giving you very much. Yes, my man.
okay.
When the thing said we were gonna get backpacks for the thing, I thought we were actually gonna get big backpacks.
Like a full-size backpack?
But this is actually.
It didn't say mini backpack?
I thought it was going to be like this size.
I thought it was gonna, like my mini backpack. I thought it was gonna be like one of those
But
Disney
it's,
backpacks.
but it's a baby.
You know the Disney backpack, right? This big backpack. It was like, and it said mini backpack. I didn't know it was this.
They cheated.
Okay, so far we've done adding fractions, subtracting fractions, multiplying fractions, and then we've done also adding and subtracting fractions with different denominators, right? Okay, we're going to work on dividing fractions. What do we know so far? Colin?
That I can copy everything.
Okay. What do we know so far about fractions, Taylor?
For adding and subtracting, you have to have the same denominator.
You have to have a common denominator.
And but I think for multiplication and division, you just leave them as is. You don't have to have them same.
It's a little easier. We don't have to find the common denominator. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's what we're going to do when we divide fractions. So you guys ready? We're going to take notes. Fletcher, can you do me a favor? Can you get the first light? You know, he's still there.
Are you audio recording?
Yeah. Oh, that again? Thanks.
Hi, Miss.
You know Shane's still out there?
Huh?
You know Shane's still out there?
Yes, Mr. Ramos is there.
Oh, yeah.
Chelsea's gonna come talk to you
Oh,
because I shared some things and I probably shouldn't, but like I
I don't care. I don't care.
I know you don't, and that's why she's gonna come talk to you.
She,
because,
yeah.
Because I'm like. You
She
know,
knows I don't care either, so.
She loves you.
She's not.
Chill out. You're interrupting.
Leave me.
I told her that David was not fixed.
Okay.
Stephanie's going to clear that up. She goes, thank you. He's been written up by her. So you're in good.
Okay.
There's too many things that are happening that aren't being addressed. We need to address it.
Yeah.
What's your name again?
Miss Stephanie. Or if you're going by my teacher name, Miss Goodwin. But you guys have been calling me.
G in the place to be.
You
Teach you
guys-
some math if you shut up, baby.
You guys have also been.
He was calling you Miss Christine. He's like,
What?
Hello, Miss Susan Center.
Hello, Miss.
Miss, you guys can use Miss Stephanie too. It's fine.
Can I call
Okay.
you Stephanie?
Sorry,
Good
a
morning,
little
Miss Stephanie's
distracted.
mentor.
I know
This
it's
is G.
okay. So here's what we need to know about dividing fractions. Change
No mentor.
Yeah, Mr. Coppice does a lot of raps.
the division sign to a multiplication sign. The multiplication sign can also look like this.
Yeah, multiply. multiple. I thought we were doing dividing.
Well, listen, we're changing the division to
Oh, that's a good one, Stephanie.
Oh no, I have
Be a dot or parentheses. Have we seen multiplication with parentheses?
Yeah.
It could look like this, right? Let's say 8 times that. Or with a dot, it could be like that, right? You guys see my notes?
What I don't get is like, why do they teach us that it's an X only to change it to parentheses later?
It's, I think when you're younger, it's easier to see it as an X, but as we get more advanced in math, the equations can get so long or complicated that to make it fit smaller, they use the dot, or you're gonna see parentheses a lot. Can you say that one more time, Owen?
Parentheses
No,
are
it's-
characters, and the X is only one.
So each one's 5.
Yeah. But they take up less space than an X. Does that make sense? Okay. So our second note is once we have changed our division sign to multiplication, we have to take the second fraction I'm gonna go down here so it doesn't run into the other note. You have to take the second fraction and flip the numbers. If we're flipping the numbers, Taylor, you okay? Do you have a question?
No,
Yes.
totally makes sense.
No, I can't.
Taylor, it's okay that it doesn't make sense. We're gonna practice.
No, it totally does.
Okay. So if we're flipping the second fraction, is there a word for that? Starts with an R. Do we know what it's called?
Renumber.
Reward.
So if we have,
Rotate.
let's say 4/5, and I flip it to 5/4, do you know what that's called?
Rotation.
In math, it's called the reciprocal. So you want the reciprocal. If you hear that term, can you guys say reciprocal?
I thought that was something to do with eye surgery.
With eye surgery? No. Maybe, I'm not sure. But in math, it's
It is.
when we need to flip the fraction. Fletcher, following me? Got it? Okay. So let's do an example. So we have 3/4 divided by 5/6. So we're dividing, right? What does this middle bar in the fraction mean? Is it addition, subtraction, multiplication, division?
None of them.
The bar in the middle? It means one of those four. Which one do we think it means?
None of them.
Yeah.
It means this is a fraction.
It does. But it means dividing.
No.
Because if we were to put it in our calculator, do you guys want to grab a calculator? Miss Brittany is going to grab 4 calculators for you guys.
So
Thank you, Miss Brittany. Taylor, I see that you're frustrated, and that's okay. We're going to do some practice to help clear it up.
If anything, can I see what's under the 5?
Sorry, I switched my seat. Let me see if I can zoom out.
Okay, what do you want us to type in?
Miss Brittany, can you grab me one also so I can kind of show them up here? Okay, you guys see my calculator up here? Okay, so if we do 3 divided by 4, we get 75, right? Because if we have 3/4, how much is that? Let's say we had 3/4. How much is
3/4 of what?
3, like money? So 3/4. We had 3/4 or 25 cents. How much do we have?
75.
Thank you. Okay, if we had 4 of them, how much?
$1.
Yeah. So when we divide 3 by 4, we get 0.075. Right, 0.75. Okay? So let's say we're dividing. Does that make sense? Can we do that? No.
So it's triple divide.
So that's why we have to, yeah, it doesn't make sense, right? It seems too difficult. Okay? So we're,
No, that doesn't make any sense.
it doesn't. So that's why with dividing fractions, you have to change it to multiplication.
How does that explain why that means subtraction?
What subtraction? We're dividing.
Just typing in 3 divided by 4 says that it's subtraction.
It doesn't. It's division.
I think that's what I meant.
That it's division.
Because that's the this operation in the middle, this fraction, means division. The bar is
If you want to say that, then okay.
Okay. So we're going to multiply. So when we're rewriting a division problem, you're going to go 3/4 times. And we have to do the reciprocal. Fletcher, what's this reciprocal mean? Put your calculator off to the side, please. Off to the side. Thank you. What's the reciprocal, Fletcher?
5 and 6.
Okay, but we need the reciprocal. Do you remember what that we said that meant?
Turn it upside down.
You gotta flip it upside down. So what's that gonna be instead?
6 over 5.
Okay. Sometimes before we do our multiplication, it's easy to look across and see if we can simplify first. So looking across, do 3 and 5 share any factors? Taylor, do 3 and 5 share factors?
Yes.
They do. No. Good. Thank you, Owen. They don't. They're as small as they can be. Do 4 and 6, Taylor, share a factor? They don't? Okay. Fletcher, put your calculator off to the side for me. Do 4 and 6 share factors? They do, Colin? Colin, were you answering me?
No.
Oh, you were correct. Good job, Fletcher. So, what?
No, that's not.
Okay, so they share a 2. So 2 times what gives you 4?
2.
2. 2 times what gives you 6? 3. Now you know you have the simplest form, smallest numbers to make your multiplication easier, and you're going to go straight across.
What are we writing?
So you have to look across and see if you can simplify.
6 over 7.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second, Fletcher. So you have 4 and 6 share a factor of 2.
Yeah.
Owen,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So we crossed out the 4 because 2 times 2 gave us 4.
Okay.
Crossed out the 6 because 2 times 3 is 6.
Your writing makes no sense, but okay.
Explain.
Why would you need to cross it out?
Because we're no longer going to use 6. We simplified. Just like when we simplify our answer. And you can do it that way at the end too, if that's easier.
This just makes it way harder.
Yes.
We'll keep practicing. Okay? So Fletcher, 3 times 3 is 9.
Yeah.
2 times 5 is 10. Is that in simplest form?
Yeah.
Is that as small as it can go? You were right, Fletcher. It's yes. Because we've already simplified. So what do? We box our answer. Owen,
What?
are we following? You want to help me? Can we practice number 1?
I don't understand.
Okay, let's do number 1. Following our rules.
I don't understand.
Do you want to tell me where you don't understand?
Your rules.
Okay. So doing number 1. Taylor,
Okay.
I'm gonna ask you to scoot over a desk if you can't, because Owen's getting riled up too. Take a deep breath. Put your pencils down. Watch me do it. Okay? Okay, but I need your eyes up here. Fletcher, put the calculator down. I want your eyes up here.
Yes, I am.
You guys can do
I'm
this.
getting graded on everything.
Not on this one. She just wants you to watch.
I just want you to watch.
Because we're obviously not going to, and that's okay. It's something new.
No,
But
Okay.
that's the point.
everyone is.
Fletcher,
We're all
we're gonna keep 2 over 3 the same, right?
okay.
Okay, what's our first direction tell us to do?
10 over 9.
Okay, so we're gonna change it to multiplication, and we're gonna use the reciprocal, which is 10 over 9. Looking across, can we simplify? Does 3 and 10 have a factor in common?
No.
Good job. Do 2 and 9?
No.
No. So what do we do?
3, 9.
You gotta multiply.
Straight across.
You multiply straight across. So what's 2 times 10?
20.
What's 3 times 9?
27.
Good job. Okay, is that our final answer? Good job. So what do?
Box it up.
Box it up. That's what Mr. C tells us to do, right? Oh, and I want you to help me with number 2, because I know you can do this.
Oh,
So,
okay. I'm still doing number 1.
okay. Can you see mine?
Yeah. Sorry,
Okay.
but I burned.
Hey.
Sorry, Daddy burned.
Fletcher, we're still working, buddy. Colin, remember, all I needed to do was copy down my work. Can we try?
I'm bored.
Well, you gotta copy what I'm doing. Can you copy number 1 for me? You can earn privilege time. I know. It's not my favorite either, but we're here doing it. Because I gotta do it. And I actually like it now that I'm teaching it. But as a kid, it was not my favorite subject. I struggled. And that's okay. Here I am teaching it. Okay. Owen, are we on number 2?
Yes.
Okay. What are we gonna do first?
Flip it.
So what does flip it mean? What are we gonna get?
No, 15. Over 8.
Okay. Now what?
Then you're gonna multiply them.
Okay. Before we go there, and that's not wrong, you can do it that way, but you can simplify, or you need to look to simplify, so that way you don't have to multiply such big numbers.
Okay.
So do 5 and 15 share a factor?
No.
Are you sure? What do 5 and 15 have in common?
1.
There's something bigger. Do you want a multiplication chart?
I don't believe there is.
Okay, well, Miss Brittany's gonna grab us charts. Fletcher, if you're understanding it and you want to work ahead, buddy, you can. Okay?
5. The things that 5 and 15 have in common is 5.
You're correct. Great job. So,
Okay then.
Owen, look at your chart. Go to,
Yep. Stinking mosquito.
okay, look at 5 times 1 is 5, right?
Yes.
5 times what?
That's times 1. That includes 1.
5 times what is 15? Look on your chart. Tell me.
3.
Good job. So we have 5 times 1 is 5. 5 times 3 is 15. Oh, and are you looking up here?
I think we're on this problem, number 2. Yes, but I still haven't done number 1.
Taylor, what's 4 times 3?
18 or 12.
12. Good job. Oh, you know what? Sorry. Well, we can still go. We'll keep going. What's 1 times 8? Good job. Thank you. Okay, looking at this, what do we know about 12 and 8? Looking at those two numbers, what can we say? Are they odd numbers? Taylor, are they odd numbers? They're even numbers. So do we think we
1 and 4 eighths, if you were to say.
okay, but before we even turn it into a thank you, mixed number, and it started with an M. What can we do? We know they're even, so do we think they could go even smaller?
Simplify.
Simplify. What can they be simplified to, Fletcher?
A smaller number.
Yes. Do you know what do they share?
2.
A 2. Okay. So what's 2?
Or 4.
This would go to 4. This would go to 6. Can they? But did we use the least? Can it go again? To what?
2 and 3.
So we'd have 3 and 2. So that's where when we go back to this, looking across helps us. So I forgot to do 4 and 8. So we had to keep reducing it. But if I had done that over here, then our number already would have been in simplest form. So it's less steps. Does that make sense?
I did. And box it up.
And box it up. Good call. Owen, where are you at, bud? Owen, you have a question?
I got a different answer.
What did you get?
1.5.
You can do it that way. Why could it be 1.5?
Well, I did the.
Because you turn.
I did the division between both of them,
So what?
which I got 2 over 1 times 3 over 4,
Okay.
which equaled 6 over 4, which is the same as 1 and 2/4, which is the same as 1.
Good job.
Is that also correct?
This is also correct. This is called what, Owen? When it's written like this. When the number's bigger on top, what's that called?
Improper.
An improper fraction. And then when we change it to this, what's this number called?
Proper fraction.
A mixed number, right?
It
So
makes sense if it was called a proper fraction.
So either of those answers are acceptable. Taylor, I'm going to jump ahead to number 6 before we do these other ones. And I want you to help me with number 6. So we're going to leave 1/3. Then what are we going to do, Taylor? What's the first step? What did we write down was the first?
I can't do it.
One word.
I've seen more perseverance in this class today than ever. You can do it. Take a deep breath.
We'll take a break after this. Can you watch me? Fletcher, you're doing such a good job with this. Help me.
Dividing 2 times and flip it and flip 4 and 5 to 5 over 4.
Then what?
Figure out if 5 or 3 is connected or 1 or 4.
Are they?
No, so multiply straight across.
Which means what?
3 times 4 equals 12. 1 times 5 equals 5.
Okay. Is that our final answer? Woo! Fletcher! Box it up.
Good job, buddy.
And
Way to go.
I was gonna say, do you mind help giving? Can you give him like $3 for me, Brittany?
Sure.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, we're doing ball.
I'm running it.
I know you are, Fletcher.
$3 for
Good job.
Fletcher.
Yeah, for Fletcher. For just being on it. He's got it. Working hard.
Wow, 3.
I'm turning this day around.
You're working hard.
Sure,
That's a
Fletcher.
great, that's a great statement.
Okay,
Mr. Moneybags.
I would.
Hopefully my puppy
I'm gonna show you number 3. And then I'm gonna have you try 4 and 5 on your own. I'm gonna give you a hint with number 5. To make 3 a fraction, what do we have to put it over? Fletcher, do you, Owen, you got it?
No. Under it.
A 1. Okay. Let's do number 3. We have a mixed number here. What should we do with that? Owen,
Can I have help?
with which one number?
4.
Okay.
Just turn it.
Okay, then.
Let, you want to do 4 instead of 3?
No. You can go with Fletcher and do number 3.
I can.
Or number 5.
Okay. Take a vote. Show me a 3, 4, or 5 of which one you want me to do. On your fingers. Okay. Taylor, you got a preference? Okay. You both asked for 3 and 5. I'll do them with you. Let's do 3 first. Okay?
No, I already did 3.
Okay.
Just ask for 3.
Then help walk me through it to show Fletcher. Because we're.
Oh, then, no. Then 5.
Okay. So, number 5. We're leaving 9 over 20.
Choose number 5 for you.
Turn the division into a times and flip it over for 1 over 3. 5, so Fletcher could be.
Okay.
I know, but
Okay.
you have your own.
9 and 3 have something in common.
What do they have in common?
3.
Okay, so what's this turn to?
Turn the 3 into a 1. Turn the 9 into a 3.
Raise your hand. You're the one that asked for
Multiply
it.
straight across.
No, I asked for help on 4.
Okay.
3 over 20.
Can that be simplified even more?
Yes.
To what?
A smaller number.
Are you sure? What can that reduce to?
10. 3.
No, no, it's good.
20 can go to 10 and 3.
Okay, then I'll just copy down what she wrote.
We're gonna. It would only be able to simplify Fletcher in this situation if 3 could go into 20. Can look on your chart. Can 3 go into 20?
No.
No. So this is our final answer. I know it's a little
Box it
confusing
up.
because you look at 20, but box it up. Okay, let's do number 3.
I'm winning.
How do we turn? This is a mixed number. We have to turn it into an improper fraction to make it easier on ourselves. How do we do that?
Turn the other number that doesn't have. Turn the 10 into a 5 and give the other half to 3 over 4. And
Do you remember boomeranging? Remember the term boomerang? So you have to boomerang
but I didn't.
the mixed number.
The thing that hits your head and you get knocked out.
Yeah. But in this case, it's how we're going to use it to turn it into an improper fraction. So
21.
over
2.
2. And let's just leave it the same for a minute. So divided by 3 over 4. Okay, now what do we have to do? Taylor, what would we do now? What's our first step on our notes?
Change it.
Change it to what? We want the division to change to what? Okay, so the multiplication. And then our second direction tells us to do what? It says take the second fraction and flip the numbers.
4 over 3.
So it would turn to 4 over 3. You see this, Taylor? Okay, Taylor, if we look across, can we simplify? Can 3 go into 21? Are you sure? Let me check your chart. 7 times. So we know 3 can go into itself once. It can go into 21 7 times. What about 2 and 4? Can we simplify? Taylor, can you look at your chart? Can 2 go into 4? How many times? 2. Then what do we do if we're simplified? Okay, so what's 7 times 2?
Look at your chart, bud.
What's 7 times 2? 14. And we have 1 times 1 is right here. We had 1 times 1. Because we simplified. So what's 1 times 1? 1. When a number is always over 1, it's 14.
14. Oh, 14.
See, Taylor, you got this.
Good job, dude.
Okay, we have one more problem, and we're all done for today. Yes, Owen.
Can I copy your work on number 5? Good job.
Yes. Does it make sense to you?
Yes, but I'm not going to copy it like you did.
Okay.
All the attitude.
Fletcher, are you trying number 4 on your own? Can you try?
Just try it. She's gonna try. She's gonna go over it.
You guys, I know fractions have been overwhelming. It's okay.
Because I thought it couldn't be simplified.
Oh, you just needed a mixed number,
You
right?
need a French.
I'm so
I don't
Are
understand.
you still filming?
Wait, so
Yeah.
let's do it again.
Wait.
Phenomenal.
Oh, thank you.
You handled stuff that.
Okay, wait, we are having our last one. Okay.
Oh,
Are you still
catch up?
Where are you at, Owen?
I got 77 over 60 for my 4.
Okay, your top number is correct. Look at your bottom number again.
5 times 12. 5 times 12 is 60.
You're not multiplying 5 times 12.
Oh,
Just look at your numbers again and double check your work. You're close. You're close. Don't give up. You got this. You've been doing so well today.
So, why don't
Look at your multiplication real fast.
do it again? That's in like, because you were on the right track.
77 times 1. 5 times 12. 77.
Okay. Taylor, we have to boomerang. We have 2 mixed numbers. Multiply, add. 10 times 7. Look, you have your chart. Your chart can help you. What's 10 times 7? Okay, plus 7 more. 77 over 10 divided by. Gonna boomerang this one. Owen, can you help me with 5 times 2?
Huh?
5 times 2.
It's 10.
Okay, 10, and then we have to add 2,
Yes.
which is, what's 10 plus 2?
5.
12.
Thank you. And you're gonna put it over 5, right?
Yes.
Okay. What does it tell us about dividing? We have 77 over 10. What do we have to do to the middle? Owen, what do we do? What are we gonna do in the middle?
Multiply.
You're gonna multiply. Then what?
5 over 2.
Owen, after we turn it to multiplication, what's our next step?
Put it there. 5 over 12.
Good job.
Okay, done.
Okay. Can we simplify? Looking across.
Okay.
Yes.
Where? Is it the 10 and the 5?
Yes.
Okay, so what can it be simplified to?
5 and 5 can be
1.
Thank you for helping. No, Fletcher, it's okay. Okay. And what is 10 reduced to? 2.
Good job, dude.
Okay.
So the answer is
First of all, I thought it was going to be 2.
Just asking you to do it. That's it. Good girl.
Owen, so we're going to multiply across, right?
77 over 12.
I'm going to go down here. So we have 77 over 24.
yes.
Can we leave that as our final answer? We can.
Box it.
And you just got to box it. Fletcher, I'm so proud of you. You found where you made your mistake. Good job, dude.
Could I go on?
Yes. I think your bell is gonna ring in 4 minutes. How about where were you gonna go for bear time?
Here?
You can stay here and you can have privilege time today because you worked really hard.
Well, true, that was the